Hello and welcome to episode 17, I think, of the Nerds at Large Gaming Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Darby Hallman.
I'm Jeff Mayo.
And we're here to talk all about Game of Thrones, right, Jeff?
Yep. Wait, Darby, that's
get in
tomorrow.
there. Oh, darn.
Yeah.
I want to just talk about Game of Thrones. That would be cool.
You have other things for that, Darby.
All right, well, Jeff, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Good. You look tired.
I am.
You've been working a lot this week, haven't you?
I have. Working nights. Not been fun.
Yeah, that's.
I work tonight.
You gotta make the money, Jeff.
Yep.
You gotta make the money.
And didn't help. I stayed up late trying to get a SNES Classic.
Which you might have gotten.
Yeah. I ordered two. One for me, one for a friend. The friend one was canceled.
Sorry, Olivia.
Yeah. You may or may not know by the time this goes live.
But Jeff's also might be canceled because apparently Walmart might have messed up.
And all might be canceled.
Yeah. It's ravenous, like everyone going for those things. It's just...
Yeah, because, with the NES Classic.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes up and then it's just like literally within like a minute it's all sold out and it's kind of...
That's like 40 minutes, so that's kind of scary.
I'm kind of glad that I don't really care that much, so I can just watch all the vultures pick for scraps.
I can live without it, of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's one of those things. There's enough there to make me want it. It's like, so if I'm going to get it, I got to just get it.
I mean, yeah, if you're going to get it, you have to actively try. You have to actively search it out. It can't just be, I feel like getting it, so I'll get you.
Yeah, and we were talking about there's definitely enough there. Final Fantasy 3, which is Final Fantasy 6. That's always confusing to me.
Yeah.
Earthbound, Mario RPG, and a bunch of
No, there's definitely enough there. I also, part of it, a big part of it is I don't feel like putting in the effort to try to nail it down.
Again, I just happened to be on GAF when I saw Fred saying, hey, SNES pre-orders on Walmart's like, okay, I'm here.
All right, Jeff. Well, I've only just this week I've played Final Fantasy 12 and Overwatch. I talked about it already. No one cares. But you played some.
Did you meet your goals though? I can't even remember what they were.
Oh crap! Yeah, sorry. We're still getting used to the whole goal thing. I crushed my goals, Jeff.
Okay.
I had two goals. One was to beat the Witcher Hearts of Stone DLC. Did that. I was already very close to it. And second was to watch the Castlevania Netflix series, which, when you injure yourself for the third time in the span of 2 days and are kind of, your neck is in complete agony and all you can do is lay in a bed, it's a lot easier to watch a Netflix show.
Especially when it's so short.
Yeah, I did something dumb. I pushed something and slammed my face on a giant cabinet and my neck was in agony, by the way, the listeners who don't know why I hurt myself. So yeah, I watched Netflix series. It's really good. I really like it a lot. It's kind of more of just like an introduction more than a proper first season, because it's only 4 episodes. Yeah. It's like 2 hours maybe, and there's definitely not like a end. It's just like it was almost like the way it ended. It was like, okay, this is basically just the beginning. Like this is starting.
It seems like this was more of a test run to see if they wanted to do more.
I think so. Yeah. But the animation itself is really beautiful, and I thought it's a lot funnier than I thought it was. Like the Trevor Belmont is he's a really funny protagonist. So. Because he's basically just kind of a drunk, and he's just a hyper competent drunk, but he's just kind of this drunk goofball in some sense. So it's really funny. I like it a lot.
Cool.
How about you, Jeff? What were your goals?
First, watch Castlevania. Did not happen. So
it's so easy.
I know. I'm busy. Second goal, play Watch Dogs a little bit. Did not happen. Because I succeeded in my third goal, and that took my time. I started and completed Night in the Woods.
Okay. And how long is Night in the Woods?
Partly depends on you, I guess. One of those games. Narrative-driven, all that stuff. I want to say it lasts about 8-9 hours or something around there.
That's longer than I thought.
Yeah.
But how was it? It
was awesome.
Yeah.
Liked it a lot. Gotta be trying to be careful of what I say, because it is a narrative-driven game.
Yeah. So is this I'm getting a lot of these confused. Is this the really spooky one? What type of game is this? I know I've seen I get this one confused, and I think it was like Little Nightmares or something. I got like there was 2 games that kept getting confused.
It's the one that looks like this.
Okay. Yeah.
Little cartoony animal things.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess one thing to say about it, it's kind of in a way like BoJack Horseman. And the way they use the cartoon animals, like everyone's anamorphic, whatever you.
Yeah, anthropomorphic.
Yeah.
Animals. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very serious in ways. I was able to relate to the main character, who is a 20-year-old college dropout. Not necessarily because of the dropout thing, just her general life things.
Yeah.
Stuff that was going on with friends and family. Like, yeah, I like scary in a way. Scary how well I can relate to some of this stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, that's really good to do.
And yeah, narrative-driven game. The story was really well. The characters are fantastic in this game. And it's one of those minimal gameplay type things from the part. There's some light platforming, and you go around, go around the town and do stuff.
Is it like, do you make choices and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like that's the main thing. You can't do everything in this game in one playthrough. It's one of those type of games.
Okay.
You got to make choices of what you do from your day-to-day lives and how you interact with the side characters.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess to put it this way, I guess how well I liked it and how well the stuff done, I'm contemplating a second playthrough to do some of the other major stuff.
Oh yeah, that's good. Especially if it's like 9 hours.
Yeah.
Like I liked Oxenfree that much, but I didn't want to put another one in there, and it was only like 6 hours.
Yeah. But I would potentially say the trophies aren't that awful, especially if you're already going to head potentially doing multiple playthroughs. But in this game, and it makes sense in context, it's a rhythm game where your character, you're playing bass.
Like a part of the game was a rhythm game? Okay.
It happens a couple of times in the thing. I am awful at that game. One of the things is to do well on all this within game sections.
Yeah.
One of the trophies, like, I can't get a platinum just based off this. I just can't do it.
I thought this was leading to you saying that you might try to platinum it.
I would if it wasn't for that trophy.
Yeah. Are you like not even coming close to what?
No, I am. I'm just awful at the game. The rhythm section.
Or maybe you can hand it off to. I think like Olivia was really good at Guitar Hero or something. Maybe you can hand it off to someone for that trophy.
I have to call her when it comes up. Like, hey, Olivia, can you come over real quick?
Can you play bass on this game? With the
but what is nice about it? I was worried when I was first doing that on it that I would have to redo it. But it's one of the things. It just goes with the story. The rest of your bandmates like, that was awful. And they just go on. Yeah, it's just one of those things.
You just suck at bass. So.
Yeah, I don't think there was. There may have been one section, but it's one of those things. You can't fail. The story just goes on no matter what.
That's good.
The choices or mistakes you make.
That's good, so you don't have to be stuck there playing bass for 3 hours because you.
That's what I was worried about.
I mean, don't feel bad. I'm not that good at rhythm games either.
I never got in the Guitar Hero craze, so I never even got that practice.
I was always better at real guitar than Guitar Hero. That's how it always went for me.
So,
yeah, was that about it?
Yeah, there's more I want to. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I can't say any more without going into spoilers.
So how much does it cost?
$20.
That's not bad, especially for like 9 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And I can. Part of the reason I consider another playthrough is because since I've done a good bit of it, and I kind of know what I need to do, so I can go through it faster.
Right.
Because you do go day to day, so you kind of go into a little routine, which I guess, depending on how you look at it, could be a negative, because you're just going through an everyday routine, talking to people. Mm-hmm. But since I know that and who I need to talk to more, I can go through all that faster.
Yeah.
So, I definitely recommend it. I loved it.
Cool. I want to play it.
I think it's one you'd really like.
Yeah, I think so too. Like from the little bit I've seen of it. But.
Yeah. Again, there's more I want to say, but spoilers. You should play and maybe we do a spoiler cast.
Yeah, maybe we can. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be a cool thing to do. Mm-hmm. Well, Jeff, I think if that's it, I think we can get into the news. For people we should say this every now and then. People who don't normally listen to us, the way the show goes is we take news topics that happen during the week piece by piece, and then at the end we have just kind of a main topic where we discuss things. I feel like we should just every now and then say that just for people who maybe haven't been listening.
And sometimes news and the topic will be joined together. It looks like this week is going to be.
All right, Jeffrey, news jingle.
Jingle, jingle, jingle. Please don't leave new people.
Hey, we got it rhymes there.
Yeah. Okay, first story, which is gonna go over the, I guess, MPD sales for June.
2017.
Yes. Top 10 games and some other little tidbits. Let's see. Number 1 for June, Tekken 7. Out of nowhere.
I really don't think I've heard all that much about Tekken, so I was kind of surprised.
I guess you can think of it this way, other than Crash, which is number 4. There wasn't any big games coming out in June, but still.
Yeah.
Tekken's an niche thing in a pretty niche genre.
Yeah. I'll just read through them and we can then we can kind of talk about
2, Injustice 2. 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, still hanging in there.
Yeah. 2013 game.
Yeah. 4, like I said, Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. 5, ARMS. 6, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Number 7, Mario Kart 8. 8, Overwatch, also hanging in there.
Yep.
9, NBA 2K17. Number 10, Horizon Zero Dawn. And some other little tidbits that Darby put in this. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy was the number 4 PS4 game for June. ARMS was the number 1 Switch game for June. Hardware sales are up 27%. NPD credits this to the Switch.
Yeah.
And Ghost Recon Wildlands is still the best-selling game of the year, despite not being on the top 10 for the month.
Yeah. But it was just like there like every other month. I think it was like at the top, and it's just.
I mean, odds are it's probably like number 11. It's probably just one off.
Okay.
Is.
Yeah, I saw it is number 11.
It's just right off this.
I thought about playing that, that's one thing. I mean, I think it's been like kind of astonishing. Everyone who does gaming podcasts, every time they hear about Ghost Recon being the number 1 game of the year,
well, and For Honor being number 2,
and For Honor being number 2, you just don't hear them talked about. But I think it's a combination of I think they really have like a fan base that we just don't hear that much about. We underestimate how big they are. Because I think just a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean it. And in this, people who had listened to this and the people we listen to are jumping from the game a lot. These are games it's their game for this year.
And they have like a group of friends that they can just like play forever, kind of like what we do with Overwatch.
Yeah.
But and I mean that plus it's not a console exclusive. And so many of the other big games that we are talking about this year are console exclusive, whether it be like Horizon,
a fair amount of these on here,
Legend of Zelda.
Half of the ones on this list are console exclusives, at least at the moment.
Yeah. Other thing I wanted to, how about, I mean, the Switch is representing that top 10 pretty well. They have like quite a few games
5
there.
through 7, and you got to expect, some of these will hang around at least. Play at least Zelda and Mario Kart, maybe.
And they're probably about to have Splatoon, which I'm guessing is going to be in that top 10.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Splatoon is probably going to like be over what ARMS is going to make.
I was say the ARMS on here, I've seen no reason Splatoon won't kill these guys.
I'm sure. And how about Injustice 2 is hanging on there? I'm kind of surprised to see this like 2 months in a row. It's been up at the very top. Like Injustice 2 must be selling a good bit.
They must be happy.
I'm sure NetherRealm's very happy.
And especially with their loot system, whatever, and their mobile game, which apparently has made them a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another mobile games in general. Yeah. They're raking it in right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Crash, just like we talked about last week with like, I think there's people myself included, kind of underestimated the nostalgia factor for this. Like, it's not quite as old as like the SNES era stuff for NES era, but it's like the PS1 era. But there's nostalgia there for it, and this is like I wouldn't have been surprised if this came out and it sold to like a group of people who wanted it, but it didn't sell that well, and it was almost more of a goodwill thing for Sony to do. I wouldn't have been surprised if that was the way it went, and that might have even been the way they expected.
Yeah,
but it really seems like this has sold a lot.
So again, we said it last week. Crash Team Racing is happening.
I think it's happening.
How can it not happen? Like, that's one of those things where I know this sold really well, but there's a chance Crash Team Racing can sell even better just because of the type of game it is and the fact there isn't those kind of things on the PS4.
Right.
Or Xbox One if it goes there as well.
Yeah, like PS4 could have a competitive like kart racer to like Nintendo.
I mean, and we might get Crash. No. I mean, I think we both kind of said we're at least interested. It's something we might get. Crash Team Racing, I feel like we're more likely to get pretty close to launch the game it is.
And it's the thing you can play like with friends and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely. So Tim Geddes, I don't think you have to worry. I think Crash Team Racing is coming.
Word at this point. I mean, whoever's behind this stuff would be dumb not to do that.
And like all the I always forget the name of the developer. The people who did this, the Insane Trilogy, they like when they've been interviewed about it, they say that they want to keep working on Crash. Yeah. Like that's what they want to keep doing. So
do Crash Team Racing maybe consider doing a new Crash game. Give it a try.
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah,
we can see. And if you want to hear more about us talking about that, listen to last week's episode because we did go in depth about the whole Crash and its success.
Indeed. Okay, Darby, are you ready to move on?
To a lot of fighting game news.
Yep. For people who do not know, EVO was last week. And around EVO time, fighting games people make a lot of announcements. I don't think we have everything in here. Like, for example, Street Fighter V has a DLC character, I think it's from Final Fight. That's a cool tidbit. Didn't put that in here.
Yeah, well, we're not nerds. So
yeah.
We don't.
So let's talk about Dragon Ball.
Yeah, we just we're not all into the whole fighting game community, but we are into certain parts.
Yeah, we're not
of it.
hard into the fighting game community, but we like a lot of fighting games.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like them. It's just I'm not as deep in the weeds.
Yeah. But some good stuff in here. Okay. All this information comes from Alex Giladov and Matt Porter from IGN. Dragon Ball FighterZ is getting a closed beta soon for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Developer Arc System Works announced the news at EVO 2017, confirming that signups for the closed beta will begin on July 26 for PS4 and Xbox One players. There is no mention of the beta coming to PC. More details about the closed beta, which will feature 9 playable characters, will be announced at a later time. Yeah, so when this was announced, there were only 7 playable characters. But since then, they've announced the final 2 fighters will probably be in the beta. Since then, they've added 2 more characters, which are Piccolo and Krillin.
Boring.
Yeah, but it needs to be done. And this is the way they describe them. Piccolo is described as a technical fighter who has an extendable arm with which he grabs opponents. He's good at breaking through his opponent's guard, and he has fast and powerful beams. Or you can charge up for a stronger attack. For an even larger strike, Piccolo either releases a ki blast from far or can combine it with a combo move. And Krillin is a skillful, tricky character who creates an image of himself before launching an attack. He lacks reach and power, but has techniques like the Kamehameha for a longer range battle. Plus, he'll be able to use the recognizable Sensu Bean, which has restorative powers. I love that, by the way. Bandai Namco has revealed more about online battles in Dragon Ball FighterZ. You'll be able to fight and interact with other players in the lobby and communicate with your Z stamp and using various facial expressions from Dragon Ball characters. So yeah, just adding to that online battle thing. They've shown some pictures of it. I don't know if they've shown video of it. You're pretty much walking around, I think, a hub world with little chibi versions of the characters.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think, from what I heard, Arc System has done that in their other games.
Okay.
So.
And that's like the menu thing or whatever. That's how you like go to the different things.
Mm-hmm. For online and stuff.
It's a weird thing to like, but I like creative menus.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to go on too much of a tangent, but like I was one of the few people who didn't hate when Fable 3, when you went to the pause menu, you actually walked around the pause menu and you could like interact. Like to equip your weapons, you went into this other room and like your weapons were like on a wall, and then your armor were on like mannequins and stuff. I thought it was so cool, but
it's cool. But I can see that getting a little tiresome when you have to do that.
Yeah, but like they also had like you would go to the menu, and if you wanted to go to the weapon room, you just press triangle and you were immediately there. Like it wasn't that. It didn't take that long.
I also like Splatoon's hub world. It just being a town.
Yeah. But anyway, Dragon Ball. Will it keep up with the Krillin owned count, like when I kill Krillin?
If Toei is involved in this in any way, there will be no DBZ abridged references anywhere to be found.
Well, where's your hype level with Dragon Ball FighterZ?
It's pretty high. I'm going to try my best in this beta. It helps depending how they do the sign-ups, because I think sometimes with these kind of betas, they have sign-ups based on your maybe some accounts and consoles. But now they got an Xbox and a PlayStation 4. I might be able to get 2 chances.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes they think it's easier to get into the Xbox than PS4, I think.
Just less people going for it?
Yeah, and then also, generally, and this is less people may be interested on Xbox in this than PS4.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
So,
just different type of
and I'm part of the reason I read the character descriptions out is because I find it interesting, like how they're trying to make these characters different. Because in other fighting game, Dragon Ball fighting games, characters are very similar.
And that's one of the many things that has me actually interested in this game in comparison to other Dragon Ball fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I am hyped. And yeah, like you said, these are boring character announcements, but they gotta get the obvious ones out of the way. It'll be more interesting, as we go further on, because since it's gonna be a much lower character count, even ones that be obvious in other games will be kind of surprises at a point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very interested.
Yeah, I am too. So how many characters total are there going to be?
We don't know them.
We don't know yet.
I think they've said it probably at least 20.
Okay.
Low mid 20s. I would assume.
For the type of fighting game this is versus the other ones,
I'd be perfectly fine with that. There'll be some characters that are going to be out that I'll hate. It'll feel weird, but this will make for a better game, and I think that's going to be a DLC. So.
I wonder how deep the cuts are going to get with that. I wonder if it's just going to be like all the ones you'd expect. But,
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
I had to sit down and make a list of what characters would be the obvious.
I mean, is there anyone that you really want them to get?
Top of my head, this is an obvious one. If she'll be in there, but Android 18 is one I definitely want.
Mm-hmm.
Love is, I guess, Android 17 in there would be cool. Great Sandman, of course. Beerus, which I guess is kind of super, but kind of Z. I don't know how they're doing this stuff. We'll have to see. Okay. Ready to move on, Darby?
I am, Jeff.
We have another beta announcement. This comes from Jordan Sorani from IGN. A closed beta for Dissidia Final Fantasy NT will take place in the coming months, Square Enix announced at EVO 2017. The announcement was accompanied by a new trailer featuring a message from Square Enix director Takeo Kujiraka and producer Ichiro Hazama. The publisher didn't reveal specific dates for the closed beta, only saying it will be held in the next couple of months. Registration is now open on Square Enix's website. So yeah. You can sign up for the beta. Who knows when in the world it's going to be.
Can you sign up now? Yeah, it's now open. Okay. Have you signed up?
No, because when I checked, you had to make an account, I think, and it's like, I'll do this later. I kept on forgetting.
Sounds like too much.
So I probably need to do that soon.
Yeah.
If I want to have any chance of getting in. Yeah, definitely want to play this. Yeah. Because I just really want to play it. It'd be good for us to do it and talk about it on here.
I kind of want to try it out before. I mean, I know the beta's not specifically for that, but I kind of do,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% sold on it, but I like the other one.
I do too.
I'll probably mostly just play yours for a while anyway, while I decide if it's actually something I want to buy.
Well, here's the thing about all this. I'm not saying because the stuff they show make me more wary on it, like me back away from it, though. I don't like all that HUD's mess, but
it's freaking terrible.
The fact that there's so many fighting games now. I gotta make some choices here and there.
Yeah, like you can't. I'm not buying them all. Like eventually, they're just gonna sit on the shelf.
Yeah, it's kind of the point. Dragon Ball FighterZ jump to the top,
and it looks better than this game. Yeah. I mean, this game was because Final Fantasy characters would connect with me more. But if you had a Final Fantasy fighting game that was in the style of Dragon Ball of Dragon Ball FighterZ, I would be losing my mind. I'd be I'd be all over it. So
yeah. You're not a Dragon Ball fan, but you understand why people are hyped for fighters.
Oh, yeah. It looks great. It looks great. If that was something that... It was also characters that I know.
Also, see my Dragon Ball Fighter for a moment. It's... Watching, the Trunks trailer, I like how great they are at the little details. There are a bunch of moves Trunks does that are exactly like it looks in the anime and manga. There's one move where he moves kind of fast, his hands really fast or whatever. It's frame for frame. Someone did this in the anime.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Well, I love that we're on the Dissidia topic and we're still talking about fighters.
Well,
there's so much hype for fighters.
Yeah, and there's not much Dissidia thing other than beta.
There's going to be a beta, and hopefully we'll be able to play it and we'll talk about it.
Hopefully that and fighters,
yeah.
Okay, moving on. This comes from Luke Riley from IGN, and we're going back to Arc System Works. Arc System Works has announced Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, a new crossover fighting game that will combine characters from a trio of games developed and/or published by Arc System Works, plus the 3D animated series RWBY from Rooster Teeth Productions.
Why not?
Yeah. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle was revealed with the trailer following the final of EVO 2017's BlazBlue Central Fiction Tournament. The game will feature you from Persona 4 Ultimate Arena, Ragnar the Blood Edge from BlazBlue, Hyde from Under Night in Birth, and Ruby Rose from Rooster Teeth's RWBY. Arc System Works promises there are more reveals to come. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle will be available on console in 2018. No further details were specified.
Weird crossovers.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that makes this kind of weird in a way is RWBY being tacked on, because I guess from what it says on here, Arc System Works hasn't made a RWBY game.
Yeah, it kind of just...
Yeah.
It just seems random, yeah.
Yeah. And them crossing over the other games they made, I guess Persona makes it a little weird, but it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, like, sometimes crossover things, usually it's just not this random, or either it's random with two different, like, series, but then, like, now it's, like, three different things, and just RWBY just seems, like, very, like, out of nowhere, but it's very big, so. Yeah. And I mean, like, at some point, like, it being weird and out of nowhere, who cares? If it's fun, it's cool, then, like, yeah.
I love crazy crossovers that don't make sense.
I know you do. Yeah, you love those anyway, so.
Yes.
And I like them sometimes, too. I mean, I'm not that interested in this, but...
No, not necessarily.
But for people who, you know,
yeah.
It's just always... I do love the type of, like, announcements like this when it's something that no one ever would have guessed in a million years. Like, that is kind of funny to me. Yeah. So. Just like we've talked about over and over again, how people must have reacted to Kingdom Hearts. These things, and even Cloud being in Smash Bros. I love these moments where it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, like any third-party character in Smash Bros. Pretty much.
Yeah, and it's cool. I mean, it's cool for me because like I grew up like, or you know, like for like several years of my life, I was very, very into Rooster Teeth. I've kind of fallen out of their content recently, but it's cool for me to see like one of their properties actually be like in games, like you know, like. Legit game.
And I imagine there are people that are very hardcore into Arc System Works games, understandably, because you know we haven't really played their stuff, but we watch and see the quality of it.
Right.
So yeah, those people probably losing their minds, I assume.
Yeah, I'm sure. And yeah, Persona into the mix, and it's just like there's a lot of different fan bases there, kind of being like pulled into this. So.
Yep.
So it's very interesting.
Okay, so are you ready to move on?
I am, Jeff.
Okay. We have some Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite updates. Just mainly with characters. At EVO, they officially revealed Jeddah from the Darkstalker series. And at San Diego Comic-Con a couple days ago, they revealed Spider-Man from Spider-Man, Frank West from Dead Rising, Nemesis from Resident Evil, and Hagar from Final Fight. So yeah. A lot of Capcom characters. They're getting Capcom caught up.
Finally, yeah. They really came out with just like Marvel and Friends. So
yeah, and important I think to note. I think Hagar and kind of Frank West were not necessarily in the leaks that we had. So that means we might be getting more than was originally leaked.
So we might have some surprises.
Yeah, I know. Like Hagar, if I'm pronouncing that name right. People were very happy with seeing that.
Okay.
So, that's cool. And the game's looking better from what I've seen. I mean, I'm still not in, but...
Okay, I haven't been paying as close attention recently. Yeah. What was looking better about it?
I don't know. The stuff looked a little less, well, bad to me.
It looked less bad. That's there's a large stamp of approval.
Yep, and they showed Gamora gameplay. She looks really cool.
Okay.
And... I don't know, it could just be the characters, but at least in motion, the faces didn't look nearly as bad, which was a big thing.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, whatever reason, the fighting looks better. I'm not a big fighting game guy, like we've mentioned, so I can't go into detail of this stuff.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I'm just like, this is obviously a game I'm very hesitant about, and I think a lot of people
Here's the thing, again, because of all the fighting games, including the one I already have we're going to talk about next, I just can't see myself getting this.
It was just
when there's a sale. It
was a really bad year for Marvel vs. Capcom to come out with something with a worse game. With a worse Marvel vs. Capcom game. Like, if it was just some normal year and it was a little disappointing, it might still sell better. But this year, if it's a little disappointing, then everyone's just going to go buy Tekken or Injustice. Or, you know.
Or wait for the games we just talked about, like Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle or Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is using Marvel's Capcom gameplay styles with the 3-man teams.
And I think people should not underestimate Dragon Ball FighterZ because like number one, like
people are freaking out about it.
Like, so there's a lot of people are big Dragon Ball fans, and like this thing was getting like Game of Show at like E3, and like I heard IGN people talking about the Dragon Ball FighterZ trailers still like some of their most viewed stuff from E3. Like E3 content was like the most viewed thing, which is crazy to me with everything else. So.
I mean, it was a short, simple trailer that showed all it needed to show to get people hyped.
Yeah, it looks great. I was going to say something. Oh, talking about Comic-Con, maybe I forgot to say, our own William Outlaw was apparently at San Diego Comic-Con.
We didn't still be there? I don't know the days for that.
Yeah, I saw he got home. He had a very sad face in the Columbia airport. Okay. But so next time he's on, we'll definitely get him to talk about that. So definitely stay tuned for that. I had no clue that we were going to have someone at San Diego Comic-Con that we could talk to. So.
Well, if it was me going, I'd probably focus less on games and all the other stuff that happened.
Yeah.
Like, he sent us a picture showing Mario Odyssey. Like, should I wait in line? I was at work, so I didn't see it till later, but you said waiting in line was for losers.
Yeah.
I probably would have said, this game comes out in a few months. Go do other stuff you can't do otherwise.
Yeah.
And you know how much I love Mario.
Yeah,
if it was a quick line, really short, I'd be like, sure, but yeah.
Yeah, when it's something that you're about to be playing in a few months anyway.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Oh, but let's see how much game stuff we get out of him.
I want to see what he met Greg Miller. Like what? What I really want to know is where was our ticket? That's kind of I mean, Will.
Where was our invite?
Will, come on, man.
Help your buddies out.
We bought you a milkshake.
It doesn't matter that you want
It's a give and take here, Will. Come on. All right, Jeff. Okay. What else we got?
We're done with Marvel's Capcom. We got one more bit of fighting game news, which came yesterday. Nothing much, but another one released a Starfire DLC trailer showing off gameplay. It looks awesome.
Awesome.
Yes. It looks like they're doing more for than I thought they would to make her look less boring.
And like her moveset, like I wasn't expecting, like her moveset seems pretty like different, like very different from everyone. It has some crazy range. Like she like jumped up in the air and had like lasers going in like a diagonal direction from her. It was
good, like close combat stuff.
Yeah, like I think she's a character I'm definitely interested in, and I might be picking and choosing what DLC characters I get more than buying all of them just to save money. But I think she might be one I get.
Yeah. I guess question then with that: do you think you'll get Red Hood and Sub-Zero?
We'll see. I'll just look into it. I might not get them all at once. I might just get them sparingly or just as it goes.
Well, luckily you have me to mess around with those characters.
Yeah, and I also might just not get them in play on yours. We'll see. It also depends on how much I end up playing Injustice, because it's actually been a little bit since me and my friends have picked it up. So I need to see. I need to wait and see if we're actually going to be playing it a lot, and if we are, then cool. But
mess around for a little bit. Okay. Also in the trailer, they said Starfire's coming in August, so it's like another one going with one DLC character a month.
Yeah.
And during the trailer, they didn't really show it off much. There is a Bizarro premiere skin for Superman.
Yeah.
Which showed him having ice vision and fire breath. Which is the way Bizarro works. It's opposite.
So, I'm guessing that it just changed the way it looks, right? Like
and then then obviously, and then the voice and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It is really cool that they're like using skins to have like other characters and other things in here a lot. They did it with a lot of different characters, Reverse Flash and all these other things. And it's more than just like, it's not like they just threw the skin on there, but the voice is the same, so it kind of takes you out of it. Like they actually go all the way and have like the voice different and like have all that.
The dialogue being completely different.
I mean, like Injustice 2 has an awesome attention to detail. Like even the little things they kind of like go in. That was cool.
Makes me happy.
Indeed.
Okay, are you ready to get out of fighting game land?
Sure, that was like the bulk of our show.
Yep, and we're going to Telltale land. Well, I call Telltale Palooza.
Telltale Palooza. I saw you title it that, and I didn't know if I missed something and that was the actual name of it, or if that was your name of it.
That was my name.
Yeah, I like it.
I thought it was fitting.
Okay. I think it's good. Yeah.
I'm just going to read all Telltale articles at once, maybe? Or do you want to do it piece by piece? Or
you can... You can do it all, but all
Okay.
at once.
Okay.
We can talk about the whole package.
Okay, all this comes from Andrew Goldfarb from IGN. Telltale has announced Batman: The Enemy Within, the second season of its Batman series. Episode 1 is called The Enigma. I wonder what that could mean. And will be released on August 8th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. With iOS and Android versions coming later in 2017. A brief trailer released by Telltale confirmed an appearance by the Riddler, and Telltale has revealed that Season 1 character John Doe will return as an early version of the Joker. Voice actor Troy Baker will reprise his role as Batman and Bruce Wayne, and Anthony Gruber will play the Joker. Okay. Next, Telltale has announced a fourth final season of its The Walking Dead series coming in 2018. A brief behind-the-scenes video released today confirmed that Season 4 will once again star Clementine and called it the final season of the series. Voice actor Melissa Hutchinson will return to reprise her role as Clementine. So far, Telltale has confirmed the final version of the final season of The Walking Dead will be released on consoles, PC, and Mac, iOS, and Android. And finally, Telltale has announced a second season of The Wolf Among Us coming in 2018. A brief teaser shown by Telltale confirmed that voice actors Aaron Yvette and Adam Harrington will return as Snow and Bigby and refer to Season 2 as a new story, a new mystery, and all new set of stakes. So yeah, Telltale went crazy with the news.
Yeah, I love that. Like leading up to this, everyone was saying, "Is it going to be Batman? Is it going to be Walking Dead? Is it going to be Wolf Among Us?"
And then people laugh like, "Ha ha ha, that's going to happen."
It was all of it.
Yep.
It was all of the above. Yeah, it was pretty crazy, and especially the fact that like Batman
comes
is
out in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Like a little 2 weeks.
I love that. I love that. Yeah.
I don't. Well, I guess Walking Dead just ended. Part of me is surprised that it's Batman that's coming out this quick. But I guess when thinking about it, Walking Dead just ended. I don't know. I guess when thinking about it, I would think they did Wolf Among Us since that was the. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long they've been working on Wolf Among Us. They might not have thought that they were going to be able to do because a lot of people were thinking that they wouldn't do it. So it might have taken a while to get that greenlit. It might have been like the same team that was working on something else.
I feel like Telltale has enough money they could do a couple smaller non-licensed projects.
Yeah,
if they really want to.
And they even if like I don't know, like I think the Wolf Among Us still sold pretty well, but like obviously not as well as the other ones. But like even if it doesn't sell as well as the other ones, it's goodwill, and the people who are want this really want this. Mm-hmm. And
I guess
Wolf Among Us is one of the ones I've been meaning to check out a lot, and like
and now you have more reason to.
Yes.
And you have time.
And I'm sure like the first one's doesn't cost that much now, and like Telltale games are always on sales. Like every sale that happens, there's
I don't
Telltale
worry about that. We still need to play Batman.
Yeah.
So.
So I'm excited for all of that. Like I'm happy doing that, but again, it's just I still just worry about Telltale just spreading themselves too thin to the point where, like, this is a whole conversation for another day, but, like, spreading themselves too thin to the point where, like, their games start to not be as good, which I think we've seen some of, and there's still, like, in 2017, it's getting a little ridiculous with their engine.
Yeah.
It's getting, like, it's starting to get to the point where I think it's getting embarrassing, and it's getting to the point where I kind of don't want to buy their games until they start to fix this, because it's still like their games chug and like crash all the time. They look terrible. Some of them are really good because like that's not what they're focusing on. They're focusing on the story, but it at least needs to improve a little bit. And I just don't think that they need to at least put a team aside and get them to work on, to start working on that. But I get where it's hard to do that when you're making money. Like, you're making all these games and you have all these, like, opportunities to make games.
Reason to change.
As long as it's still selling, as long as they still have opportunities to make Marvel games, Game of Thrones games, DC games.
These things are still reviewing pretty well.
Yeah. Like, you don't get that opportunity and say, okay, well, later, right now we're going to work on the engine. I get it. It's hard to do that, but...
It kind of looks like it's about this Batman announcement, it coming so soon as a fact. There's no way that's going to be any better than other games.
That was probably worked on immediately after the last one. Because
the last one ended, I think, in like December.
I'm surprised we're getting it this soon.
And that's part of the reason I'm surprised that this is the one that's coming out.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd guess that they just never stopped working on Batman. They just went straight into this one. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things we have to vote for with our wallet. Like if it actually means that much, then people wouldn't buy it. So I guess, but it still is getting a little frustrating to me. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a very random thing, but us just talking about seasons and stuff with this maybe remember something. Not really news. That's kind of cool. I mean, apparently, Hitman Season 1 got done with their last elusive target, so it looks like they're done with Season 1. Okay. If I understand right. So, that's cool. Season 2.
Move on to Season 2.
I still need the other game, too.
Yeah.
Demo was fun. Okay. So, you ready to move on to Telltale, Darby?
I am, Jeff.
Okay. Next article comes from Hope Corrigan from IGN. Nintendo has filed trademark applications which relate to various game controllers, including one pertaining to Nintendo 64, sparking speculation about Nintendo's potential next mini console. A thread on NeoGAF points to a series of applications filed in Europe via the European Union Intellectual Property Office on July 18th, indicating that Nintendo is looking to register trademarks for several of its past consoles' controllers. Included in the list are line drawings of NES, Super NES, Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo 64 controllers. This could indicate that a Nintendo 64 Classic Mini is due to come, following the success of the NES Classic and the popularity of the recently announced SNES Classic. Some have pointed out that the line drawing of the SNES controller filed on the same day appears to be almost identical to that of the controller image printed on the top of the SNES Classic console's packaging. That's led to some to believe that the N64 drawing will be used on a future mini console's box.
Yeah, so how surprising was this to you that it's looking like this might be a thing?
A little bit more than the other ones, just because I don't know. I feel like I guess time-wise it's not, but I feel like there's a jump between SNES and the Nintendo 64 to the fact that this feels a little weirder to me.
I think so too. Like in a way, like partly because in a way it seems like it's not as like retro or not as far away as
because we were around during that, like it's a life.
Yeah, we were alive during it. We like to the point.
It feels weird to us.
Like we grew up playing on it, so it's strange because I guess like we're young, but. And also, like, it just seems like SNES and NES games, it just makes sense because they're, like, smaller little things to put on here. Not that the N64 is this crazy, like, technical powerhouse nowadays. Yeah. But it does seem like it would be at least a little harder to put those on a portable thing, or at least in the same fashion. But maybe
it could just be their less games.
It might be, yeah. And the SNES one did have less games than the NES, so the 64 could have even less games than that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, we're back. Sorry, phone break. What were we talking about? Oh, N64.
Yep.
Oh, that messed me up. What were we talking about?
Didn't I pretty much get done reading the article or something?
Yeah, we were talking about how it was a little weird when they're doing the N64 version. But that being said, the N64 is like one of the consoles that I'm like the most nostalgic about. Like, I love. We played so many games. I never even had one, but I played at Jeff's house like when we were kids the entire time.
Yep.
So this is actually like I talked about earlier how I'm not all that interested in. I'm kind of interested, but not completely like to the point where I'm going to go through the whole like in-depth process you have to go through to try to snag one of these for the SNES. But I think
I had to kill an orphan.
Jeff did. It was really like sad. Like I'm not about that, but I would be interested in the N64 Classic. I think a lot more.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but
I mean, I'd be all over it.
Yeah.
Games. We have a list of games right here. They had these.
Yeah. This is just we just like kind of brainstormed just some ones that were like, oh well, these are essential, and then I'm looking at the list. It's like, all right, well they probably won't have like all like there's just.
But then you think about like they could have most of these. Most of the Nintendo games just.
Right, so some of the ones that we came up with, like obviously Super Mario 64, obviously.
Shut it down if they don't.
Like you might as well not buy this thing. It was like Mario Kart 64, obvious, obvious. Pokemon Stadium. I honestly don't know like how big / received was this game outside of your living room? Because that's the only place I ever saw it. Like, was me and you playing it. So I'm really not sure, but so everyone might think that's trash, and like they might no one might have bought it, but me and Jeff are the game.
Man, another greatest game. I think it's fun for what it is.
It is fun for what it is. That's a lot of the N64, honestly.
Yeah, solid reviews. Solid.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
Such a dumb game, but it's
so good though.
But people love it.
Yeah,
it's one of those that needs to be in there just for nostalgia's sake.
Easy Ally streamed it. One of the best group streams ever.
It's just
they got so into it.
Resident Evil 2.
Yep.
Classic. It needs to be.
That's one of those though you don't know if they'd get, but they're buddy with Capcom. So
and they seem to. I think that they could do it. Yeah. I think they would probably. Yeah. And like they used to put Resident Evil everywhere. Resident Evil keeps releasing in a bunch of different areas, so it kind of Bomberman 64.
Konami's been pretty good about letting Nintendo do this stuff.
They were one of the first. Like Bomberman's one of the like first third-party games to go on the Switch. So, like I could see them. Like if they went to them, I think they would let them.
I love playing Bomberman 64.
This next one's very near and dear to my heart. Wave Race.
Yes, it's the same way for a lot of people, Darby.
Yeah, I know. We got it on the I got it on the Wii and like the virtual console thing or whatever. So even back then it was kind of nostalgic playing it, and like we had so much fun like just playing it with my sister and with Jeff because we used to play that game all the dang time.
Indeed,
and it's so 90s. Like it has the like purple and neon green like art style and everything, and just the voices are just so cheesy. It's great. It's perfect. So I want that on there. Like it's not complete without that, in my opinion.
I think that's like a definite. Like if they did do this, that's one that'd definitely be on there.
Yeah. You put Kirby 64.
Yeah.
Crystal Shards.
Yeah.
I don't think I really played it that much, but
I think I played it a little bit. It's like it's a Kirby game.
Yeah.
Throw it on there. I can't remember how it is.
Mario Tennis / Golf.
Grouping together.
Hold on.
I have trouble remembering the history of these games. That's a lot of people remember these games very fondly.
Like Mario Golf a lot.
Oh yeah,
and
golf
tennis,
would be more likely
golf,
than tennis. Yeah. I feel like at least golf is essential.
Yeah, I think so.
The only time you'll hear me say that, golf is essential.
Yeah. Hot take here: golf is a freaking boring sport.
It's pretty fun to play.
It is fun to play, but watching it's boring, and if you watch it, you're wrong. I'm just kidding. If you watch it and you like it, you enjoy it, whatever, that's fine. But just letting you know it's boring. Don't at me. Paper Mario.
Original Paper Mario has to be on there.
So clear. Donkey Kong 64. I know there's kind of like people don't like this game as much.
Yeah, it's the definition of the collective fun. It's to a crazy extent, but you think about 64, for better or worse, you think of Donkey Kong 64.
It's classic, yeah. I mean, I could maybe see them not putting it on, but it's just...
It's one of those things also, and it's kind of the same thing with Kirby, like... I think, those are the only games for those series on this platform.
Might be.
So, the only, like, mainline games, if they are, they could get on there just because of that.
Yeah, most of
and the fact they're first party.
I remember some like GameCube Kirby games, but
Kirby Air Ride, yes.
I only see Donkey Kong 64 is the only thing I see.
Yeah.
So Star Fox 64.
I mean,
duh. It's another one of those that it has to be on there. This is where it gets interesting. With a lot of these, they don't really like to double up with the franchises, like with the NES Classic or the SNES Classic.
They made some exceptions, like they put a bunch of Mario games in the NES. Not so much in the Super NES.
Yeah, they really like the Star Fox, and then the unreleased Star Fox is like one of the other ones I can think of.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and it does. But there's Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Yes.
I think, put them both. I think you must put them both. But I could see them potentially only doing Ocarina.
I could kind of see that. I mean, yeah. I could see that. I do think they should put in both. But also, the thing is that, they just put these on the... Or, not just, but in the last couple of years, 5 or 6 years, put it on the 3DS, which they're still selling.
Right.
So
they might be hesitant to do that, but
potentially. But
you also gotta think who. Well, I guess not anymore. Like who we thought this would. Like again, this goes back to the conversation. I thought these things would be targeting, like a mom in a Target, or like some dad that like never really plays games but used to, and they see this and be like, oh, and pick it up. But it's not really who they're targeting because it's in such small demand that like the only people getting these are the hardcore.
Yeah. Well, also with the N64, this is less likely to target moms now because it's so much later.
We feel nostalgic about it because it's our generation. I mean, so
some of our generations are mom and dads, but not all of us.
Not all of us, and certainly not us. Super Smash Bros.
I mean, duh.
Super Smash Bros. This is interesting. Like if they're able to get this, they'd be dumb not to because of just people would lose their mind. GoldenEye.
Yeah.
I mean, because GoldenEye was like a phenomenon, like when it came out. So
yeah, it's just one of those things where, as far as I know, Rare technically has some ownership of it, and then there's like the whole James Bond name as well.
There's multiple different layers to that.
Yeah. It will get to the point like, does Nintendo feel like it'd be worth it?
Yeah, I really don't know who would have they would have to actually like ask to get that on there.
From my understanding of it, like it is kind of, I'll just take the James Bond's name away from it real quick and not worry about those rights. Just from the game itself, I think Nintendo and now Microsoft technically has some rights to it. Mm-hmm. Like for one of them to release it, the other one needs to give the okay. Same thing with Diddy Kong Racing, which is why I am not. It's not on this list, but
that goes to Microsoft and all that stuff. So.
And Microsoft can't release it because Nintendo, Diddy Kong.
So it's just stuck in purgatory.
Yeah, but here's the thing about Diddy Kong Racing, which I mentioned to you this when we were talking about this before we started recording. They did do like a remake thing for the DS. And Microsoft was obviously okay with that. So, Microsoft, especially at this point, seems to be more open to this kind of thing.
The collaborations are like letting,
and this was more of a Nintendo holding its back. They could do for Diddy Kong Racing and be like, okay, we'll let you do it on this, but you let us release it on our thing as a Microsoft. Like, you can release it on that, but we can release it on our store.
It'd be weird to see Diddy Kong on. Diddy Kong Racing,
Honestly, that would happen, It'll be less likely to because Diddy Kong on. That'd be weird, but
to see him on a Microsoft box would be very strange.
Yeah. Just me thinking out loud.
We also have a Mario Party. I don't really remember enough to know the difference.
Mario Party 2 is what people consider the best, but we were kids then, so any Mario Party to us was good.
Yeah. It wasn't.
But I can't see them not putting a Mario Party at the list.
You have to have some.
Don't put them all, though.
That would be dumb. And we have Turok. It would be like dumb. Like it'd be dumb fun. Like I want.
Yeah. And then of course other games, some lesser known games. But we were trying to put lesser known games on this, but then at some point we just got a fairly good list of no does.
Oh yeah, what we think is almost most of these.
And
I think
kind of got me more excited, hoping this exists because of all these games.
So let us know. Is there any ones that we missed? Any game do you absolutely love that you want on here? Like let us know what you think should be on it, and do you think this is actually going to happen? Let us know.
That's one of my Super NES classic that I ordered.
All right, Jeff, let's move on.
Okay, we're going to go to the That's Awesome News of the Week, Darby. Okay. This comes from Alex Gileadov from IGN. The previously unreleased Stormy Ascent level from the first Crash game is now available as free DLC for the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. According to the PlayStation blog, the extra level will be free via the PlayStation Store through August 19th. Stormy Ascent was designed by Naughty Dog, but ultimately cut from the original Crash Bandicoot because of its extremely high difficulty. Previously, players could only access the hidden level on the original PS1 Crash disc by using Game Shark. But that's a name you guys haven't heard in a while.
Good.
So, that's it.
Sorry. This is cool because like it's actually you're getting to play things that you probably haven't played before.
Yeah. I'm also wondering. I know it's the free. Like they didn't say like at least from this article, Is it gone at August 19th, or is it going to be a cost? And if so, how much?
On Kind of Funny, they said it was going to be a cost.
Okay.
So they said it was going to cost money after that point.
Okay.
So
Makes sense.
yeah, I mean, I guess that's a little like crappy, but also, I mean, whatever. Like, I'm probably gonna grab it now just in case I end up getting.
That'll be my plan.
Yeah.
But something that's scary. Okay, original Crash. They removed it because it's supposed to be really hard. This version is supposed to be harder than the original.
I've heard people who like talk about people who played the original in the pan. It's like ridiculously hard. They literally cut it from the game because it was too hard. So good luck.
Trying to save us.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah. Be careful what you wish
We cut this content for you kids.
Now you want it. Here you go. You asked for this.
Yep.
But that is a cool thing for them to do, though, to include that in there.
Yeah. Yep.
That has to be weird. So, like, they had that game. I guess they had that level just saved somewhere. You know, it was saved in the game. They were just like, all right, I guess we'll touch this up too. You know,
make it all pretty for you.
No. All right, Jeff.
Okay. Well,
this is our main topic / news topic.
Yep.
It's basically just gonna be the Jeff nerd segment.
Okay.
So, take it away, Jeff.
Okay. I'm not gonna read a bunch of crazy articles. Just name off some points. And if you've been listening to this, you should know I'm a big Kingdom Hearts guy. And what happened last week? Kingdom Hearts 3 information at D23. And what was announced? Toy Story was announced as a world.
Heck yeah.
And we'll see how this goes. A 2018 release window.
Yeah, we'll see, Jeff. We'll see.
So yeah, the trailer was simply amazing. I got really excited when obviously it started showing the Toy Story part, and it's obviously Andy's room.
Yeah.
Freaked out, was like, yes!
I think me and Jeff have been talking like for a year about like, oh, what if Toy Story's in there?
I've been wanting Toy Story for years.
Yeah.
And also when the 2018 thing, it just came out of nowhere. And in hindsight, I know it probably won't happen.
Remember 2018 days from now.
Oh yeah. But I ended up slamming my hand down kind of hard. My wrist still hurts. It hurts to push like doors and stuff.
Oh, Jeff. Kingdom Hearts injured Jeff. That's
Yep.
So he's gonna sue. I'm his lawyer.
Yep.
That's how excited this man right here is for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. And Darby, he just looks so beautiful.
It looks like great. It looks. I'm not all that. I played the first Kingdom Hearts. I didn't play any of the others. I'm probably not going to play this game.
Yeah.
But it's just too. The whole thing's too complicated for me at this point. But like that game, it looks amazing. It arguably looks better than like the first Toy Story.
Actually, apparently Digital Foundry did the comparisons like just today, and they said for the most part, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 is technical level better.
It's crazy. It's crazy where we've gotten to. Like, not only do you have Toy Story, you have, like, it looks like Toy Story. It looks like a movie. Like, when I saw some of the pictures, when I saw the pictures without Sora and it was just, like, Buzz, I would have believed that it was a screenshot from, like, the upcoming Toy Story.
You can tell a slight difference when you have them side by side, but yeah, with no comparison and just looking at it, it's like, you would think it's
a movie.
The movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just how hyped are you like for a Toy Story?
Obviously, I was always hyped for this, but that just re-hyped me.
Yeah,
that's me for a while. Yeah. Especially again, I have my doubts for the release window, but I don't know, the fact they're saying we can have this next year is exciting.
Yeah, and also I've heard like some people complain about the fact that like even when they have all these worlds, it's kind of just a retelling of a story that we already know. But they're actually like telling a new story. Yeah, okay.
It's one of my little tidbits I have coming up.
But I'm sure you're excited from that perspective too.
And they also already confirmed they're doing that with Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 and Kingdom Hearts going to take place after the movie.
So hopefully they'll do this with like all the different worlds.
They haven't said any. I mean. Yeah, we know we're getting a Tangled and Hercules world, but Hercules is coming back. They haven't said what story we're getting for those or really gone into it. I don't think they even have Hercules stuff left for movies.
I know, because hasn't he been in every single one? Like
for the most part, yeah. But they're doing more stuff like they're going to Olympus instead of just staying in the Coliseum in Hades, hell, whatever. So that's exciting. Yeah, and Tangled, they haven't showed much of it, so I have no idea what they're doing with that world exactly.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff in this trailer, but one thing that really has me excited, they show at some point when they go outside the room and Buzz and Woody with you, there are 5 party members.
Right.
When in all the other games, you could only have really up to 3 members in your party. So when you went to a world, you had to take Donald or Goofy out and put in the character.
Right.
But I'm happy they're doing it this way because they didn't have to choose between Buzz or Woody. You get both. And you don't have to take Donald or Goofy out to put them in.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
So it makes me think what they can do for other worlds. So Big Hero 6 has a bunch of hero characters they can put in there. And Tangled, their characters they could use for that as multiple characters they could have in the party. So the fact that they don't have to limit their stuff, it's great.
That is cool. That you can take characters from one to the other. That is really cool.
Or you can't take it from one world to the other, but it's just more characters you can have in your party at once.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's been a rule. Like pretty much, you can't have characters from different worlds together. There's, I guess, a couple of exceptions you can say, but like strangely enough, Orin was in the Hercules world then too. He was your party member.
Huh.
Yeah, I got a bunch of tidbits from an interview with game director Tetsuya Nomura, an interview he did with Famitsu, and this is a summary from KZ Excellent from NeoGAF. The Toy Story world is something Nomura wanted to put since Kingdom Hearts 2, just like everyone else. Yeah. So he said Toy Story is a must for Kingdom Hearts 3 and kept on negotiating. Good man. Yeah. The Toy Story world takes place after Toy Story 2. It's not a parallel world from the movie. The incident that happens in Kingdom Hearts 3 is canon. It's a canon story in the Toy Story movie universe.
It's canon.
Which, yeah.
Wait, yeah. So Sora exists in the Toy Story universe?
Technically, yes, according to this.
Some dangerous territory they're walking into, but sure, why not?
Why not? So, yeah, obviously Woody and Buzz are going to have Paris in the end.
I'd be like, in Toy Story 4, they're going to talk about, remember when that weird kid came in with his clown shoes?
But they already had, technically, a movie after this would happen. This is between 2 and 3, this story is supposed to take place.
Yeah, I know, but,
Yeah. Also, I just want to say real quick, if Zurg, how do you pronounce his name, the Emperor dude? Zurg is not like a boss in this, I'm going to be upset.
Oh, yeah, no, he has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Okay, moving on. Piloting mechs was something Nomura told the staff from the beginning. Because in the trailer it shows Sora jumping in some mechs.
Yeah.
Apparently they all do different things. They're different colored mechs.
It's very strange.
And other floors in the toy store will have different gimmicks. So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
He said the Big Hero 6 world is also coming along well, but info will be at a later date. And here's something really interesting. The number of Disney worlds is smaller than Kingdom Hearts 2, but the density of each world is bigger, so you have much more play in the worlds. And for comparison, Kingdom Hearts 2 had 12 Disney worlds if you count the 2 minigame ones, and Kingdom Hearts 1 had 9.
Oh, yeah.
So if it's in the middle of that, 10 or so, I'm definitely okay with that.
Yeah, are you fine with less worlds if they're detailed and
more detailed, more dense, and the story isn't necessarily a retelling?
Yeah. I mean, that Toy Story just from that trailer, it looked pretty. When they went outside of the room, I was like, oh crap,
Yeah.
And he was fighting and he jumped all the way from the roof down to the yard, and it was really, really cool.
A bunch of people when I saw were at that point when they were there. Go out there pretty much, and they were going to the window. Are they going outside, or are they just gonna fast travel? Then you show on the roof, and everyone's like, yes. Tidbits and Nomura said there are a lot of characters, and the story is deep, Darby.
You don't say.
Let's see, blah blah blah, and yeah, some other stuff like Party Formation has a new system, which will be revealed later. That'll be interesting.
All right. Well, so, Jeff, I have just some random questions. Do you think the inclusion of Toy Story, and even maybe potentially Star Wars or Marvel, other things like this, do you think this will be enough to bring in new people, or if it's even trying to bring in new people like myself, who, like, I was obsessed with Toy Story as a kid, and obviously I love Star Wars and Marvel, everyone does now. But do you think those worlds being there will be enough to bring random kids or random people who have no experience with Kingdom Hearts, or do you think it's just too complicated at this point to the Kingdom Hearts, or do you think that Kingdom Hearts is like targeting their fan base and that's it?
I guess a mixture of both to your question. Obviously, the story is for the people that have followed Kingdom Hearts all these years, for better or worse.
Yeah.
But the reaction I've seen for Toy Story have been really well. I've seen a bunch of people say, okay, I'm going to get into Kingdom Hearts now. And I saw some people say, okay, I'm going to track down the collections and play for all those.
Yeah, good luck keeping up with
They
all
have
that.
time. And they have Star Wars and Marvel that definitely, especially with kids, they don't care about the story.
That's true. I mean, but do you think that people like someone like my age or your age, do you think they'd be disappointed if they didn't know anything about Kingdom Hearts, but they jumped in because of Toy Story and Tangled and different things?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, obviously they'll be confused, but they might be able to go along for the ride, especially since each world, for the most part, has it's kind of its own story. I mean, it kind of goes into the overarching plot, but there's still world-specific story events.
Yeah.
So, but I'll follow that and stuff.
Do you think they will go Marvel or Star Wars?
Honestly, I feel like Star Wars is more likely out of the two. Marvel just, I don't know, it's just one of those things, there's so much to choose from. How can they really choose one thing? I know the obvious thing is go Avengers.
Avengers, probably, but...
Yeah, probably around during the first Avengers movie. But then we already have a superhero thing that's technically Marvel. I know that doesn't mean anything to people, but just from a world variety perspective.
Yeah. I want, like, it would be smart to if they could, because, like, it's huge. I just, like, they've been pretty, besides, like, correct me if I'm wrong, you know more about Kingdom Hearts, but, like, as far as I know, like, really the only, like, non-traditional, like, kind of animated cartoon Disney thing they did was, like, Tron and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, which, I mean, I guess those are pretty different. So, I mean, that those are good evidence for, like, maybe they would go that route.
Yeah, it's... they have no problem doing that kind of stuff. It's just the way that, I don't know, these properties are.
Yeah, I could just see them, like, them having trouble making it mesh and fit with all the other worlds. Like, it might just be, like, very random. Like, suddenly we're in Star Wars, you know. But... if they can make it work and if they could get the licensing, I think it would be smart. Very smart.
Yeah, I think I may have mentioned this last week or some point, but I think I saw some people bring up a good point about Star Wars potentially, that they may have to get EA involved.
Yeah, because EA has like
the video game
licensing, yeah. And like no matter what, I think like whatever they said that this is a canon Toy Story thing, it will not be a canon Star Wars thing. I can promise you that. Like, that's not happening. Marvel, either one. Like, those are just too big of a machines to touch.
Yeah. And the Toy Story thing, it's a cute little thing to say, oh, it's canon, but, as long as it doesn't affect where, change something that happened or change what happens in, I guess, 3 and 4. Yeah, you can say it's canon. It doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool little thing to think about.
But it means more when it's this multi-billion-dollar... franchise.
And here's the thing, I guess it always depends how they do it, but for Star Wars, I can't see how they can't do potentially like a kind of retelling type thing.
Yeah. Wait, you mean as opposed to a new story?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Wait, why exactly? I'm just wondering.
Well, for one thing, I guess I don't know which Star Wars era they go for. Probably, I guess, the original.
Probably either the original trilogy or the new thing. It wouldn't be the prequels, but
and this is partly probably because of my lack of overall knowledge for Star Wars. But I'm trying to think like where they can insert it into the new trilogy and the original trilogy where they could fit it and it's still kind of, I don't know, without it being a retelling. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, the Star Wars universe is vast and crazy. I mean, you could even have something that just kind of like. It's this story, and then it happens to run into characters that we know, like, while they're doing something else. Like, it wouldn't... I think you could definitely do it where it wouldn't necessarily have to be, like, the same story. It
Yeah.
could kind of like coincide with a story. Like it could take place during like maybe Empire Strikes Back or something, and you can tell because of like where the characters are going or what they're doing. But this could just be like a side thing with them, or they could just like throw these characters. You could just run into Han and Chewie.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't really have to explain why they're just like flying around in space, like doing stuff. They could just kind of be there, and you could, I think there's a way you could do it without it being a retelling. But
Yeah. We'll have to see if they even do this. I know Nomura would be all up for Star Wars because it's obviously some Star Wars-esque stuff.
I think and anyone who has the opportunity to do Star Wars stuff is going to be all about Star Wars stuff because that will make your game sell more regardless. Yeah. if you're able to throw Star Wars on it. If like the front or back cover has lightsabers and Darth Vader and stuff on it, like your game's gonna sell better.
I'm gonna sit down at some point because we know we got less world to try to figure out like maybe which ones they'll do. It says, I'm not a big fan of it, but we're obviously gonna have a Frozen world. Yeah, like there's no way that's not happening.
No way it's not. So, are there any other worlds that you're like? I know Toy Story is your biggest itch that's now been scratched, but are there any other ones that you're like really like crossing your fingers for?
Well, Pixar is now a go.
Yes.
Officially. So
Cars, right? Cars, Jeff.
No.
It's going to be Cars.
No.
Or sorry, Planes.
Yeah. Well, this unfortunately goes against what I said about Marvel and, Big Hero 6 thing. But I love an Incredibles world, but that's another superhero thing. That's even more similar in a way, just by tone and everything.
Yeah.
Let's see. Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo would be like
replace
pretty popular. So
replace Little Mermaid as an underwater world.
Yeah. I mean, Finding Nemo would be a good one. It would be a very, very good one.
I always trouble thinking this stuff off the top of my head.
Yeah. Guess there's like Monsters Inc.
Ooh. Yeah. I'd love that.
Monsters Inc. If you didn't hear me, I said that very quietly.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably thinking because they've done a lot of the Disney worlds already. There's some like Treasure Planet and stuff they haven't touched.
Oh yeah.
But it's too unpopular. I feel.
Yeah, it's too small. I like Treasure Planet a lot, but it's too
small. Since they only did it in Birth by Sleep, the PSP game, I'd love they went back to Lilo and Stitch.
Mm-hmm.
Just did it in Hawaii because technically Lilo wasn't even there. It was just Stitch. Yeah.
Well, also, is there anything besides worlds, any other things that you want out of this game? Like, things that improve on the other games? Or, like, do you want it to be more open? Do you want it to be more, like, is there anything what are you looking for out of Kingdom Hearts 3?
Definitely looking for more open thing. The world's looking less bare. Yeah. That's always been a complaint, which makes sense. Let's see.
I mean, visually, just graphic-wise, it's looking the art style is like so much, so beautiful in this one.
Mm-hmm. I can't ask for a coherent story.
That's too far, too late. Too far gone for that one.
Yeah, at some point where it's like, we're going a little far with this. Let's see how much farther we can go. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a lot of this stuff. Like they're expanding on gameplay stuff, giving you more options. Making it a little more flashy. Yeah, they were doing stuff to show they're expanding the world. They're doing more interesting stuff with the story. It looks like by the only stories we kind of have an idea for the worlds are the Big Hero 6 and Toy Story ones, and they already said these are original stories.
Have they even shown anything from Tangled, or have they just said that there's a Tangled world?
They showed you running around a little bit, and they showed on Rapunzel's tower, but they haven't showed Rapunzel herself.
I still need to see Tangled.
Such a good movie.
I really need to see it.
I also need to see Big Hero 6.
I do. There's a lot of movies. Yeah. There's a lot of those I need to see.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of movies I need to see, I have no idea how I'm not seeing. I guess I just missed it when it came out. I have not seen Toy Story 3.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and it's never happened.
Are you kidding me? How did that happen?
I don't know. Did you go see it in theaters?
Yeah, I think I've seen it like 3 times.
Yeah, I don't know where I was.
That is shocking to me, yeah.
Yeah. I just kept on forgetting about it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, go see. I mean, this is probably an unpopular opinion. I Toy Story 2 is still my favorite. Everyone like immediately was like Toy Story 3 was like a religious experience. It was amazing. I think it was a little overblown. Like like people praised it a little more than it deserved, but it was still amazing. Yeah, that's crazy to me. How have you not seen Toy Story 3?
I don't know.
Well, get on that. All right, by next episode, that's Jeff's goal. I'm gonna make his. That's I'm making that his goal is see Toy Story 3.
Add on. It's kind of related to video games now.
Yeah. Now. All right. Any other Kingdom Hearts stuff you want to get out in our nerdy giant segment for Kingdom Hearts?
I'm excited. Game in 2018.
What's the % chance of getting delayed?
I'm going to go 60.
I'm going 70.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I'll say this about oh, sorry. Well,
no, go
we have one more thing before you even do that. 2018, if it does come out, it's going to be later in the year 100%. I know that much.
yeah, it's going to be the end. And yeah, we hardly have goals, but yeah, it's going to be the end of the year. We'll see. I mean, the fact that they even like had the guts to put a date on it, make or a year on it, makes it seem like it must at least be kind of far along.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and I didn't put it in here, but Nomura did a lot of interviews for it with a lot of tidbits. I wasn't gonna put them all in here. Last week, he said pretty much the main reason it's taking so long is because they switched engines at I guess a wrong time or whatever. They were a little into it and they kind of had to do things over again because they switched the engines to Unreal 4.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I also saw some like drama with like Square Enix that he was talking about. But
yeah, things seem to be going well now, and I know you can say we haven't seen anything for a couple years until this point, but hey, it's coming out next year. Now's a good time for the start rolling. There's a bunch of conventions that come out. They got Tokyo Game Show and everything.
It started rolling like 7 years ago, but like,
I mean, really going leading up to it. Hopefully, hopefully we don't have those long breaks anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got goals.
Goals. What is your goal besides seeing Toy Story 3, Joe?
I have a couple.
Okay.
Well, I gotta continue Castlevania until I actually watch it.
Yeah.
Other one. Play Little Nightmares. Apparently it's only like 3 hours. I'm gonna play it. I have a physical copy. I'm ready. And because I need to start playing my Xbox at some point, I'm gonna start Sunset Overdrive and play at least a couple hours.
Nice. I like it. The only thing I had was to play and beat Unfinished Swan. I think that might be my only goal this week.
I give you 4 goals.
Hey, but I crushed my goals last week.
I finished the whole game in a week.
Alright, fine. I'll say play and beat Unfinished Swan and play and at least finish 2 of the Hearts of Stone side quests. Because I have not played any of the Hearts of Stone side quests for Witcher.
I gotta go for you, Darby. Play all of Kingdom Hearts in a week.
No. I say no to your goal. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast this week. Be sure to look at all of our other stuff. Like, if you are a Game of Thrones fan, we are doing Game of Thrones spoiler cast for every single episode this season.
Yep.
We have one down
tomorrow as we're recording this.
Yep. One down. We have episode
6
2
more
coming up, and I'm so excited for it. You can find those on any podcast service at Nerds at Large Spoilercast, or you can just look on YouTube and you'll find all of our stuff there. Usually the podcast version will go up first, so if you want to get that, just uploading video takes a while. So yeah, look at that. We also do Spoilercast for all other types of movies.
Yep.
On that same channel.
I can't remember if we talked about it. Got a movie we should do one for. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay. So, yeah, follow us on Twitter, Nerds at Large, all that good stuff. And, yeah, have a good week, everyone.
Have a great week.
Have a great week. Yeah, not just a good week. Have a great one.
Good, thank you.